Hello everyone. So in this lecture we'll be talking about the multi-chain, what exactly multi-chain is and how it works. So let's go into the what is it first. So it's an open platform to build the blockchain applications. So it's an open platform where you can install and actually launch your own blockchain and start interacting with it using the JSON RPC APIs. And then you can publish the data, retrieve the data, change the permission, connect multiple nodes, let anyone connect to the blockchain, or let a certain number of people allow them to connect to the blockchain. So all these can be done. So it's an extension of the Bitcoin core. So Bitcoin core is something which governs the everything happening on the Bitcoin network. So they have actually taken a fork of the Bitcoin and then customize it into the feature rich a new platform where you can launch the custom blockchain. So multiple features has been added to make it more useful for practical use cases other than only just the asset based transaction, which is how the Bitcoin is known for. Why the Bitcoin is known for. So this is not just a asset based transaction, this is more than that. So multi-chain actually enable you to create any key value pair, right, as a database. I will talk about the streams later on, which is the most important feature in the multi-chain, which I personally feel that using the streams you can build anything, literally anything you want, wherever you use your database like MySQL, NoSQL, or whatever database you have used in your life, you can replace that using the multi-chain based blockchain network. So what have been added? Yes, that's very important. So first and the most important part is the permissions management, which is not there in the Bitcoin. So here you have a multiple type of permission. We'll talk about it in the next slide, and you can actually control the network in a much better way. In the data streams transaction, which I was just talking about, the data streams are the most important part in the blockchain, especially in the multi-chain, where you can actually visualize it as a database with the value key value pair system. It also have a native asset transaction. You can actually create the assets, transact, send the assets from one place to another place. You can execute the atomic transactions, or you can create a non-atomic transaction, or exchange of the transaction, or just transfer it and then forget it. All this can be done. It actually also added the mining and the blocks signature concept, which was not there in the earlier. It also extended into a peer-to-peer handshaking. So they have actually defined their own logic and algorithms to have a proper peer-to-peer handshaking, which is much better and stronger. So they use a three-way acknowledgement system, and added another layer on the existing peer-to-peer handshaking, and made it very powerful and strong. And plus there are many things. So let me just show you to the multi-chain website. Right, so this is the multi-chain website. You can see that they are talking about multi-chain helps organizations to rapidly build application top of blockchain, and the shared ledger, right, manage permission, rapid deployment, unlimited assets, data streams. So these are the powerful features. And there are many good things. Actually the multi-chain has actually shown people that what can be done on top of the blockchain. So let's see the permission management system. So multi-chain provides a full control over the permissions at the network, which is not there in the blockchain Bitcoin network. So there are actually the eight type of global permission that you can set for a certain address or a node, right? So first is a connect. So you can decide that who can connect, right, to the particular node using the permission it has. Also you can actually set the send permission to ensure that who is allowed to send the transactions, or sorry, who is allowed to send the funds. It means who is allowed to sign the inputs of the transaction, because that's where the fund comes in, and output is where the fund goes out. So whether they are allowed to sign the inputs of the transaction or not, it means if yes, they are allowed to send the funds. Similarly for the receive, so you can decide whether certain node or address can actually receive funds or not, right? So this is, since it is a private blockchain, you can actually customize it and give certain permission to certain entity or address based on the agreement you have signed, because certain contracts. So you don't have to just give it to someone. You can actually have a legal contract. If they are agreeing, then you give them the permission, otherwise don't give them the permission. So of course you have a permission called issue, which means that whether somebody is allowed to issue the new asset or fresh assets or not. Right. Or also issue assets means is somebody is allowed to create the assets out of thin air. That's what we call it. Means can you generate the assets or not? That means issue permission. Right. Send and receive means whenever the send and receive will happen, it will remain unmodified. The overall count of the assets will not change until unless the issue command has been executed by the address which has the permission to execute this command. Right. Also create, so you have the create permission, then only you can create the streams. Right. It means that you can sign the inputs of the transaction which create the new stream. So remember, in multi-chain everything happens in form of the transactions. So whether you have a permission, you giving the permission, or revoking the permission, it has to exist in form of the transactions only, because it is ultimately the foundational level, everything is a transaction. So mine means yes, whether somebody is allowed to mine the blocks or not. Right. Activate means somebody can change the connect, send, or receive permission. It's like mini admin or sub admin. Or the admin means who can change anything, even the activate permission or even admin. So it's kind of a super admin permission to an address. That's the permission management system. So this gives you more control to decide how to implement. You can choose whatever you want. Data streams are offer the data streams for the shared immutable key value pair and the time-based transactions, time-based time series database. So it means that every key value pair will be recorded into the system, and since the timestamping, notarization, and immutability will be offered through the blockchain by default, so it means it has actually become a time series of the databases. So you can create any number of streams into the multi-chain. Each stream can have a key and value pairs. So one key can have a multiple values. So you can publish the same key with the different data any number of times. Even the same key and same data can be published into the system. In a simple language, is to actually convert the whole chain into a key value pair of database, giving you more power to build your application. Right. It makes it easy, very easy to build a decentralized application on top of blockchain. Each stream is an ordered list of items in which each item has the following characteristics. One or more publishers who have the digitally signed that item, so who actually publish that item into the list or the stream. And the key has to be either 0 to 256 bytes in length. Some data means it can be in mega size of bytes. Right. It has to be a string, plain string. So it has to be a I think hexadecimal string. It has to be there. So you can convert any string into the encoded format and then push it. So information about the items transaction, the block where the transaction or the item has been stored, the transaction ID, the block hash, the block time, everything is available, and you can actually see it using the stream. We'll show you in the course that how the streams looks like, and then how to publish the data and retrieve the data from the streams. So that's it for this lecture. So let me know if you have any query. Thank you.